Most people don't do that. I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe they all walk up to you guys and let you know.
Well, in your some do. In your statute research, who's the enforcement body for a violation of that?
Well, I'd have to take it to civil court. It's a civil issue.
That's what I figured as much. So
now, if they're
as much as I'd love to be able to help you with that,
if they're concealing it.
That's for identification.
So that means I'm not detained.
What you need to do later is you need to confer with an attorney or whatever, because I have the right to detain somebody for suspicious activity, and that's what you're doing.
Did you
reason to believe?
Did you read the DHS memo that was sent out in 2010 and then revised in 2018? You can't use suspicion as a reason to detain a public photographer if I haven't committed a crime.
You're a public photographer, and I ask you who you work for, and you said you don't work for anybody.
I work for myself.
Yourself.
And
then you wouldn't explain why you're taking videos and pictures.
Tonight, we take you to Washington State and North Carolina, where two shocking encounters reveal a growing problem. Officials and police pushing boundaries, and citizens pushing back. In Yelm, a journalist walks into a school district office only to be blocked, questioned, and denied access to public records. Meanwhile, in Henderson County, a simple act of filming turns into a confrontation over ID and unlawful detention. Featuring original reporting from Inland Auditing Media and News Now South Carolina, two creators exposing the truth and defending your rights. But the real question is, will they stand their ground or be forced to comply? Make sure to subscribe to their channels, links in the description, and tell them ID Refusal Cops sent you. Follow them, support them, because we stand for civil rights. Trust me, you're going to learn something, and you will have an opinion.
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking to. It has to be prominently displayed according to statute here.
Yeah.
So where's it prominently displayed at?
We'll get it for you.
Okay, thank you.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve, what's your last name, Steve?
I'd really rather not give that.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Sir, if you're still recording, I have asked you to not do so.
Oh yeah, I'm working. I just really got to do it. So I can appreciate the request. I just can't honor it. By the way, do you got a business card for what you do here?
I do not.
You don't. And what do you do here? And who are you?
I work as a receptionist.
Okay. And what's your name? I just need to request some records regarding your work today. So can I get your name?
You can. Do you want me to show you where to find those on the computer?
I have to be specific though. So if I'm going to request records that you've produced today, I have to request them regarding you. So what's your name?
My name is Lisa.
Lisa. Okay. Are you the only Lisa here?
Sir, until I get this resolved and you are not recording any longer, I think that I will wait until they come back out.
So you're going to fail to identify?
Excuse me?
You're going to fail to identify?
If there's anything else I can do to help you with the records or anything, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. Like I said, I got to get your name so I can specifically request records for Lisa, whatever your last name is, receptionist at Young Community Schools. Wow. Yeah, so tips and leads confirmed. Excuse me, ma'am, can I get your name and position here?
My name is Debbie.
Debbie, what do you do here?
I'm the executive assistant for the superintendent.
Gotcha, okay. Also, what is Lisa's last name? Because I don't know who, there's multiple Lisas or Debbies or whatnot.
Sorry, we don't keep an index of record. Is the policy and procedures as to why.
Okay,
that
can I
should-
see the exemption then?
No, you can look right there and that'll explain.
The exemption is in here?
Explains why in there.
I just want to make sure the actual order is in here as required by statute.
Yeah. Take a
Okay,
look.
and then also, are these the published procedures in accordance with section 40?
That's our policy and procedures.
Okay, and it has everything that section 40 requires?
Should be.
All right, and if it's not, then you will still have that?
Yeah, and I'll
Okay.
find that and I'll talk to our legal counsel.
Sure,
and we'll
sounds
get
good.
that- get
And then
that for you.
also, because I need to do a public records request, I need Debbie's last name and Lisa's last name so I can request that.
You can go ahead and put in the public records requests online. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, I'm going to submit it in person orally to you.
And what was your last name?
I'd rather not give that.
Okay. Well, go ahead and send us an email or write it down in
Are you
paper.
saying I can't give it orally and in person?
We'd like it in writing. That'd be great.
So you're saying
So it's accurate.
state statute doesn't allow me to do in person?
Sure it does, but I wouldn't want to transcribe that inaccurately.
Well, I mean, you're an educator. I would
let me get
imagine
you a
you could
piece-
probably write pretty well. I'm just gonna, like I said, after I'm done
I'll
with
get you a piece
this,
of paper.
I'll give it over orally and in person. Hey, Lisa, could you go retrieve the superintendent again, please?
The moment shifts when the auditor introduces RCW 42.56.100 and RCW 40.16.010, laws governing public records access and criminal penalties for concealment. Notice how the officer's tone changes. He's no longer confronting, he's evaluating. Under U.S. law, police cannot enforce civil compliance unless a clear criminal element exists. Here, the auditor forces the conversation into that gray zone, civil violation or criminal concealment. That uncertainty is power.
I can ask you, I think, do you have the prepared information that you need?
I don't work at the pleasure of the superintendent. He works at the pleasure of the public.
Did you write down what you asked?
No, I'm not a dog, ma'am.
Hi,
Hey.
I'm Petey Buckingham. I'm the director of HR.
You are. Hi.
Are you trying to make a public records request, is my understanding?
Well, I am, but before I
Okay.
get to that point, I'm trying to utilize the tools that are meant to aid me in making that public records request.
Okay.
Two of them, beginning with the procedures manual, which I was trying to show him what it is. My understanding is you're the public records officer.
I am,
Okay,
yes.
Great. So section 40 talks about the published procedures. So I was coming in here to examine the prominently displayed. The statute says it has to be prominently displayed to the public.
And I believe Superintendent Woods has provided you with our policy, which there's a paragraph in there that says that the board by formal resolution does not keep the index and what you're requesting to prominently see. We have a section in our board policy in there. It's here, I'll show it to you.
Additionally, the procedures manual, though, is a completely separate section. That has nothing to do with
I'll show you.
the index. So even with the index,
Yeah, declared.
yeah, if you look at subsection 4A of section 70 of the Public Records Act, it has to be published. And I mean, it has to be.
And I'm letting you know, we have a formal board resolution that they've accepted under
the
our board
order-
policy
the
that we,
order has to be
that we do not have to do that.
Totally understand, but
So-
the order has to be published.
So I'm happy to fill this out for you if you're here for a public records request.
So I can't see the published order. I can only see.
We
the
will fill
published.
out a public, if you fill out a public records request, we can
So
go forward. So
I just
your
wanna
name
make
is
sure-
Steve?
I just want to make sure I'm understanding you as the public records officer here on video and audio recording.
Are you
Hold on, I
willing to provide an address?
I gotta finish talking
Unknown.
now.
Are you willing to
What I'm
provide a
trying to
phone number?
understand is
No,
where is the
we are filling
published-
out the
Ma'am,
form
no.
as the public records officer.
Ma'am, I have questions of the public records
This
officer
also
first.
says
Okay.
that if you read this, right, that yes, you can do this orally or you can fill out the form for
Correct.
public records.
Correct. I'm talking about the
But
procedures.
you cannot
manual.
disrupt the operations of our organization.
Ma'am, I'm not disrupting
You
anything.
are disrupting it at
How
this
am I
time.
disrupting?
We are trying to take your information.
I have questions to ask, ma'am.
That
How
is correct.
That's
but
disrupting?
It is right now because you did not make an appointment to come in.
Oh,
and
to
we
make a
are
Public
trying
Records
to.
Act request, I have to make an appointment?
Nope, I'm filling it out right now.
So
So
what's
no
this
address,
disruption
no
thing you're
phone
talking
number.
about?
Do you have an email address
I
you'd
do,
like to
but I've got to
provide?
get clarification on something.
Okay, what's the description of
I
your
feel
public
like you're
records?
escalating. I'm going to ask you to please.
I'm not escalating. I'm asking
just
the questions on the public records
Please
request.
de-escalate, okay? You're getting a little animated.
What
I'm gonna
is
step back
your
a little bit,
description?
okay?
What is your description?
Before I can provide the description, I need to get
Okay.
clarification about something.
So do you
So where can I
prefer
view
records
the
or would
prominently
you prefer
displayed
to
central
receive
and field
copies?
organization descriptions?
I'm asking you to, we are putting this in a public records
So I just want to make
request.
sure that the public records officer is saying something that
Yes.
has to be prominently displayed, I instead have to make a records request for
I
it?
am asking you to make a public records request.
For something that has to be prominently displayed?
I'm asking you to make a public records
For
request.
something that has to be prominently displayed?
Again, your address?
I can promise you, if the district walks away without providing the things that have to be prominently displayed, it's gonna lead to a tort.
We do not have to provide that to you at this time.
Absolutely you do. That's exactly what section 40 says.
What is your address?
I want to inspect
Unknown.
the published
Phone number?
procedures manual, ma'am. Okay?
Your email?
That's what I'm asking for. Can I see the prominently displayed
What's your
procedures?
description?
Look, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
Exactly what it says.
Well,
Okay?
I'll leave this here and.
So you're going to refuse to comply with
you
state
won't-
law?
No.
Is that what it is? You're refusing to comply with state law. Says each local agency shall prominently display and make available for inspection and copying. Wow. So the human resources manager there is refusing as well to comply with state law. So now we have the Superintendent Woods and Dee Dee, the HR director, refusing to comply with Washington State Public Records Law. Now I'd like to submit this orally in person. I'd like to see the things I'm required, or I'm able, to see as a requirement that the district must publish and make available.
Okay, I think that they asked you specifically to write it down and make sure that they could get.
If they asked you to put up a sign that a black person couldn't come in here, would you do that too? Is that what you'd do, Lisa? Would you just follow the orders?
What they asked you to do was to write down the information
Gotcha.
so they could get it.
So you guys just do whatever illegal stuff you're told to do. Is that what I'm hearing? Wow.
Where's the button at? Hey. How's it going, boss? Good. I'm Officer Uncle's, police department. How you doing, man? Hey, I'm on a video recording at the time.
I just so happen to be doing
I
the
figured
very
you were
thing.
much. Is there anything I can assist you with?
Well, I don't want to assume you can't.
I appreciate
So, if you happen to be a magician, I'm looking for the records index and the published procedures manual for the school district.
Records Index, Public Procedures Manual.
Yeah.
Did I get that correct?
Yeah.
I apologize, I'm not a school resource officer, but
That's
they
fine.
wouldn't enable me with any opportunity to give you the information that you've requested. They offered, in some capacity, some public disclosure requests. Did they, am I ringing a bell here?
Yeah, the thing that this is about, though, is I'm working on a story that some parents reached out to me about.
Okay.
And the issue is, and I can appreciate why this might be, they don't have what they're supposed to have. And at this point, because they're concealing it, that's one of those naughty felonies in Washington State. When you look at RCW 401610, you can't conceal a public record. It's a Class C felony.
You've got me
I
exceptionally
think-
curious, because I'm also interested in that RCW.
Yeah. So it's just their requirement to not mutilate, destroy, conceal
Yeah.
certain records, right?
And in regards to being late to that, what is your timeline for and the immediacy at which you need that public record?
It's supposed to be immediately available. So when you look at RCW 425670,
Okay.
which is the public records, well, it has a couple of things in
Yeah.
there too, but it's the records index statute. That requires them, if they exempt themselves, and it seems like they may have because they actually showed me a document that says in their procedure that they don't have one because it'd be unduly burdensome. That is a lawful option for them to express an exemption,
Okay.
but they have to do it through an order. And
And at
in
this
order
point,
to,
you understand that to not be a thing here?
well, yeah, and if it's not that, then they're violating the Public Records Act, which is the nature of the story.
Okay.
So if they don't have the issue, or excuse me, if they don't have the records index, they have to issue and publish the exemption, which means it has to basically be available to the public.
Correct.
Now, it's
Posted.
not online,
Okay.
which would mean you would come to the central office to inspect the order.
Okay.
And this is my shocked face that
I
they
couldn't
don't-
tell, but the
yeah, I know, it's clever that they don't actually have the issued and published order.
Okay.
Now, the deeper irony is that those two transitive verbs should be well understood by an educational district. Just kind of saying, I'm old, way older than all of you.
It's been a while since
and
I've been
I
in
still
school, too,
remember
so-
what transitive verbs were by golly gee willikers.
Yeah.
So I would like to see if I can see it. If they don't have it, they just need to admit it. But
Yeah.
most people don't walk around and say, hey, I committed a crime, bro. Just let me know.
Fair enough.
Watch closely. No ID is requested. No detention is enforced. Under the Fourth Amendment, officers need reasonable suspicion to detain and probable cause to arrest. They had neither. So instead of escalation, they disengage. Sometimes the strongest move isn't confrontation. It's knowing the law well enough that they choose to leave.
Most people don't do that. I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe they all walk up to you guys and let you know.
Well, in your some do. In your statute research, who's the enforcement body for a violation of that?
Well, I'd have to take
capacity?
I'd have to take it to civil court. It's
Okay.
it's a civil issue.
That's what I figured as much.
Yeah.
So
Now, if they're
as much as I'd love to be able
concealing
to help
it-
you with that,
If they're concealing it, then you guys would enforce that.
That's
if
what I'm
you, if
curious
you,
about.
yeah, if you came to discover that they're actively concealing it,
Okay.
like if they have an issued and published order, well, excuse me, if they have an order it's not issued and published, but it's back in Susie Q's
Yeah.
desk or something.
Totally
Oh,
understood.
they're totally a felony. You can.
Is it something you can communicate with the police department, considering this is our school district and our jurisdiction, on an email basis, so I can actually do the research that you're requesting to see
Well-
if a crime is afoot?
Well,
That's my job.
I mean, I'm happy to email you later. Yeah. I just, for purposes of the story, I just need to see if they have it. So, I mean, I get it. They don't want to admit to,
Okay.
not having a records index, which that part is just a civil issue.
Understood.
The other thing is, in accordance with Section 40, they're supposed to have the published procedures manual published.
Okay.
And it says each local agency shall publish and make available for inspection when you come into the central office.
Understood. I understand that they've offered you as
Something
much as
that's
they have
not that.
immediate access to in reference to how they go about their normal practice for a public disclosure request.
Yeah.
If that is not satisfactory for you right now, aside from what I'm going to go relay to the superintendent, who's a close friend of mine, I can relay exactly what you're saying
Sure.
to me, because he wants to help as much as I do. They're asking me what else I can do to enable you.
Well, I just need to.
Before they ask you to leave.
Yeah, I just need to get a confirmation of that. And also, I would highly suggest that they not violate 28-635-20, the willful disobedience to leave. They haven't asked me to leave yet.
Okay.
But if they ask me to leave for an unlawful purpose, and the purposes are really clearly stated in Section 20 of 28A-635, that's going to be a real big problem. That's where you go and do the Seventh Amendment thing.
Yeah.
You go
I
into
know what you're talking
court.
about.
There's all those lawsuits.
Yeah.
It's ugly. Lots of money changes hands. I buy an extra house. People are humiliated.
I understand.
Not a good thing.
I understand
So,
completely.
yeah.
Aside from relaying those very lengthy verbs about what public disclosure requests, as well as manuals, as well as other notices that they have for that exemption you want posted, what can I do to help you?
I just need, this
You just
can
want
all-
that confirmation they don't have that.
If they don't have it, that's all I need. All I need is the superintendent or HR director, assistant superintendent, whoever, just be like, yeah, we don't have an index, we don't have a issued and published order. No, we don't have a prominently displayed public
So there's no follow-up
procedures.
you want to do to make sure that we're in compliance. You're wanting to confirm with me, as well as superintendent, that they don't have it right now. That's your sole goal today.
Yeah, 'cause
You don't
that
want to
whole-
coordinate. You want to just display this and what you're.
Yeah, because I had parents reach out to me. It's
Yeah.
what I work on as a
That's fair.
journalist. Is the board of
Totally
administrative law, like public record stuff, all that. So-
Yeah, and I'm in a different wheelhouse in the criminal side of things, which
Fair enough.
I'm here with the private property owner that's asking me to.
Yeah, and I want to make sure I'm not not trying to portray myself as anything other than a journalist. Just really clear about that. I'm
Okay.
not any state actor or
Let me relay yours
official.
and I'll be right back. Okay.
Sounds good, man.
What was your first name?
Steve.
Steve. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, so you need confirmation of the policy that I gave you? Is that what you're asking for?
Well, to clarify, I'm just looking to see if you have the complete full procedures manual with everything that's listed in Section 40 of the Public Records Act. If you don't, it is what it is, right? That's just a civil issue. We can resolve that later. Now, if you have it and you're not prominently displaying it, now we get into Officer Runkle's possibly investigating a felony, because RCW 401610 says if you conceal a public record, that's a felony. Now,
Right.
you don't look like a felon, so I'm assuming you probably just don't
What
have.
does a felon look like?
Well, usually not someone who shows up to work in an outfit like yours that goes 8 to 5 most of the time. So,
I work a lot more than 8 foot.
well, you probably do. Fair enough. You probably do. But
Try
in-
6 to 6.
yeah, fair enough. I can appreciate that. Those are some long hours. So in that vein, if you don't have it, you don't have it. I mean, it just is what it is. But I had parents reach out to me because this is one of my main things I work on as a journalist is the Public Records Act, Open
Who are you a
Meetings
journalist
Act.
for?
Myself, I own my own company.
What company is it?
Yeah, I'll email you later. I don't get out into that while I'm out in the field. Just like Bob Ferguson probably doesn't like Fox News and things like that.
I'll call you independent.
Yeah, there we go. Call me independent. So in that vein, I just don't tell people when I'm out in the field because sometimes they won't talk to me or sometimes they'll be too...
But I'm not a felon, so.
Well, I believe you. But what I'm saying is the
What
district...
What YouTube channel?
Well, like I said, I don't get into any of that kind of stuff right now while I'm out in the field. But
Because I
what
want to watch.
Yeah, I guarantee you if something comes out, I'll absolutely email you, no problem.
Has it
If I
been
give you-
pretty good so far?
What,
The footage. I mean, you got good stuff so far?
Well, the good footage would be able to see the actual published procedures manual in the index.
Yeah, well, I gave you the policy and the procedures, and I think that's
Okay, and
clearly
and-
explains what we need.
and
so
that's
I think-
all that you have.
So I think we're done.
So you don't have any of the other stuff in Section 40. Is that fair to say?
I got nothing else on me.
Okay, fair enough. So out of compliance on that. And then the index, where's the issued and published order? So I'm sure as a scholar yourself, you recognize those two transitive verbs well, and so issued and published would of course mean that it's out there, available to see. You've put it out.
What'd you
What
do
is
with the
it?
policy and procedures I gave you?
I think Dee Dee took that. It might still be over there. However, I want to be clear, that's a policy, not an order. So an order in administrative law is a legal instrument. It's not a policy.
This is a legal instrument.
That is not. I don't know who your lawyer is. Maybe they graduated from
Our
Seattle
policy and
U.
procedures follow state law. So would you like this?
Who's your attorney?
Would you like this?
No, I already looked at it.
Okay.
It's not in compliance with state law. That's not an order. That's a policy.
Okay. Well, thank you for
Who's
coming
the
by. I
district's
appreciate
attorney?
you being here. And I'm happy to take a statement if you wanted to do a public record, which
Sure.
you originally indicated you did.
Yeah,
Dee
but
Dee-
now that you're out of compliance, I
Dee
don't.
Dee and myself offered to handwrite it for you
Sure.
because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wanted
totally.
to give it verbally.
Totally
correct?
recognize that. Yep, that's
Correct?
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right.
So who's the
Have a
district's
great day.
attorney? Do you
Have a great day.
Can you say who your counsel is?
When officials dodge accountability behind policies and paperwork, it raises a bigger question. What happens when police take it even further, detaining you just for holding a camera? In the next case, the line between authority and abuse becomes impossible to ignore.
Security, we wouldn't be here, but we have a concern for the security.
Am I
Okay.
am I breaching the security here?
I'm
anyway?
asking you questions because I want to know what you're doing. Frank, too?
Are you in any way detaining me here at this moment? Okay, then you enjoy your day, please.
Can you meet me down here at the tax collectors?
So yeah, we had to get rid of him. I think he's calling his buddy down here, but he's gonna get the same message his buddy just got. I don't know why they choose to fuck with me. And I'm doing nothing illegal. Oh, this is a dead end building here. Okay, you enjoy that. Na na. Na na. Na na. La la. See if I can get him to follow me out here. That's what I'm gonna do. Hello, ma'am. How you doing? Good. How are you? I'm all right. Thank you for asking. All right, we're gonna head out this way here. Not much in here. If they're still coming out, tell them I'm headed back out where the cars are parked at. I'll be down that way. Is this the exit here? Or do I go down here? Thank you. Yeah, I'll be out back where the cars are parked. Exit here. Haha.
Sir.
Yes. What's up with
At
you?
this point, I am detaining you.
For what reason?
Well, you're either dictating to somebody about you going outside of the parking lot to take pictures.
No, I was talking to you. I said if they're still coming out to talk to me, tell them I'll be out in the parking
Okay, I
lot where
want
the
some
cars are parked.
identification.
I don't have any.
You don't have anything? Do you
No.
drive here?
I did.
Okay, how do you drive a motor vehicle without your license?
Because my license are in my car.
Okay, so your license is in your car now?
Yes.
So if we get out there, you can produce your identification.
For what crime?
Oh, I didn't say you committed a crime.
So if I haven't committed a crime, why am I detained?
Because you don't have to commit a crime for me to stop somebody.
The officer makes a critical claim. You don't need a crime to detain someone. But under Terry v. Ohio, 1968, detention requires reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Watch the auditor's response. He doesn't argue emotionally. He repeats one fact. I have not committed a crime. That repetition exposes the gap between law and assumption. And once that gap is visible, authority starts to crack.
Somebody to ask for identification.
So that means I'm not
What you
detained.
need to do later is you need to confer with an attorney or whatever, because I have the right to detain somebody for suspicious activity, and that's what you're doing.
Did you read-
Reason to believe?
Did you read the DHS memo that was sent out in 2010 and then revised in 2018? You can't use suspicion as a reason to detain a public photographer if I haven't committed a crime.
You're a public photographer, and I asked you who you work for, and you said you don't work for anybody.
I work for
So
myself.
yourself. And
Which
then
is,
you wouldn't explain why you're taking videos and pictures.
I don't have to have a
Okay.
reason to do public photography. Is this a sergeant here or
No, that is.
Okay, well, do you understand public photography?
I do.
Can you explain to him that he has no reason to detain me here for public photography?
We have a right to know who we're dealing with.
If I've committed a crime, I
Do
haven't
you want
committed.
to identify yourself?
I-
You're in a public building
I
taking
don't.
photos.
I'm in a public, exactly. I don't have to
But I
identify
tried to
myself.
explain-
We're trying to figure out who you are, what you need the pictures for.
For what reason? I haven't committed a crime. Are y'all gonna question this man? He's done nothing wrong.
I know this man.
We will question him if he does the same actions.
So are you saying I committed a crime?
I'm not saying that,
So then why are we talking?
because I'm trying to determine what your purpose is.
I've told y'all I'm a public
I
photographer.
told you it's
I'm
a
taking,
public big building, but we're responsible. That's why there's security.
and I went through
That's why I'm
security
here.
and I checked
That's
through
why
security.
These gentlemen here.
I've went through security and I've checked
But I
through
detain
security.
people that have come through there also to investigate what they're doing at this point. This day and age, okay, with the violence that's being committed, and you're taking pictures and videos of everybody.
That's every
and you're
officer's
gonna go out to the parking
story
lot
plot
and
this
take
day and age.
pictures
I haven't
of the
committed a
vehicles.
crime. I've done nothing wrong. I've committed no crime.
But
How is
usually the
it?
people that do that, I didn't say you committed a crime.
So now you're categorizing me with people. I've done nothing.
No, I'm not categorizing.
But you just said usually the people. I've done nothing wrong, so you can't categorize
No, I
me.
said people in general that come through. That's why we have a metal detector, and that's why I have security.
Here, the officer doubles down, demanding ID without establishing a crime. Under the Fourth Amendment, detention without reasonable suspicion becomes unlawful seizure. And in Hybel v. 6th Judicial District Court, 2004, ID can only be required if the stop itself is lawful. Notice what happens next. The auditor stands firm, but the officers hesitate. Because once the legal ground collapses, so does their authority to act.
Security in this building to protect the safety of people.
Officer Hill, or how can I address you? I'm sorry.
Or you can dress me any way you want.
Officer Hill.
That's your right.
Okay, Officer Hill. You keep bringing up this security gate. I've passed through this security gate. I didn't. There's nothing went off. I'm completely clean. Why do you keep bringing up this security gate?
What I'm saying is, this is a secure building. to
And I
protect
went through the
people in
security
building.
part of the secure
There's
building, and I
also a
had
court
nothing
here
on
to
me.
protect the judges and everybody else.
Am I in the courtroom? I have.
No, I said that there's a courtroom in there. Now, if you want to go upstairs and take videos of the courtroom and what's going on.
There's no cell phones allowed in courtrooms. I understand that. Like, I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't just be out here pointing this camera around if I didn't know what I was doing. I'm in a public lobby. This is a public building. I haven't went in any security area. I went through security. As you keep bringing up, I have no weapons, no nothing.
No, I said the reason we have this security.
And I understand
not
that. This
you
is
went
a
through it.
First Amendment protected activity that I'm doing, and you're detaining me because of me acting in my First Amendment.
Well, I asked
Is that
you
what
for
you're
that.
saying?
Okay, well, because you were confrontational over here at the elevator.
I'm not confrontational. You asked me a question, I answered them.
I answered them.
You asked me a question, I answered it. This is a First Amendment protected activity in a public building.
So you drove here in a car, correct?
I did.
So your driver's license is in the car?
Why? Is
I'm
your driver's
asking-
license in your car?
No, my driver's license in my wallet, my back pocket.
Can I see your license? If you have no legal reason for my ID right now, then I like to see yours as well.
My ID is in my uniform.
Can I
I'm
see-
telling you, an officer with the Anderson County Sheriff's Office.
Can I see your
and that's
ID?
why we have uniforms, is to let you know that's who we are.
Okay, but you know what?
And that's why I have a nameplate on it. You call me Sergeant, now you know my last name.
What is
There you
saying my
go.
ID gonna tell you?
Because I want to know who you are and what you're doing in the building.
But my ID isn't gonna tell you what I'm doing right now. My ID is gonna tell you my name. That's not gonna tell you what I'm doing. So you're talking in circles right now. I haven't committed a crime.
Talking in circles?
Yes.
You need to follow the circle.
I am in the circle. This is a lawful activity, and you're stopping me for following the law right now.
I didn't say filming. Okay, your activity, okay, is suspicious.
Tell my attorney stay
because-
tuned in, please.
I'm sorry.
I was talking to my attorney. I'm sorry. Go
Your
ahead.
attorney?
Yes.
Okay, well, have him come here.
No, I'm live streaming, so he's
You're
tuned in.
live streaming?
So you're stopping
So you're
me.
doing this as a test?
No, I'm not. But this is no.
Confrontational
No.
test.
I haven't been confrontational. You asked me a question, I've answered. You're refusing to let me go because I'm doing a First Amendment protected activity.
Free to go. Here's the
Thank you, sir. Just wasted my time with a complete idiot here. God almighty. Thank you. I'm sorry, excuse me. There you go, man. Golly, that guy there might have been the biggest idiot out here. Is he following me? Yeah, he is. Are you gonna follow me around, sir? Yes, sir. Okay. I didn't park here, so if y'all are waiting for that to happen, I didn't park here. Yes, sir. I was just saying I didn't park. If y'all are looking for like my license plate or something, I didn't park here. It is quite nice. It's a little chilly, but it's nice. It's a lot nicer than where I'm from. So yeah, they're following me, actually. Yeah, so. If this goes longer than 10 minutes, I'm gonna have to cut it. And I'll start a second video here. Can I have an arm's reach of distance in my personal space, please? Because if you come too close and you touch me, that's an assault. So I would like a little distance, please.
He's telling me he wants distance because he says I'm assault.
No, I said if you come too close to me and unwanted touch, I'm sorry, an unconsensual touch, that's an assault. Because if I touch you and you didn't want me to, that's an assault.
I know the law, yeah, and I
I
know
understand
what
that.
you're
Well,
doing.
obviously,
For the camera, when you do something wrong, when you violate North Carolina law, I will place you under arrest.
What am I doing wrong?
I said when you do.
So
if
you're gonna
do.
so you're gonna
If you
follow me
don't,
and stalk
that's
me
fine.
until I break the law.
No,
So
this
now
is-
you're trying to entrap me
No,
into breaking the law.
I'm
Everything
responsible
saying?
for the property and the security of this
Okay.
building.
So you know this is my property, right? Like I pay taxes on
Yeah,
this.
so do I.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
does he and so does she.
Thank
We
you
all pay
for being
taxes.
professional. Thank you, and thank you, sir. This I don't understand your reason of employment right now. I don't understand it at all. Honestly, I don't. Yeah. So they're gonna follow me. Well, he is anyway, because he's a puppy. He says he's gonna wait until I break the law. That's what he's
No,
gonna
I
do.
said if you do.
He's gonna wait until I
Correct.
break the law so he can
I
arrest
said
me.
if you do, I will place you under arrest.
Oh, if I break the law?
Yeah, if
Tell
you
me
violate
things.
North Carolina law, I'll place you under arrest.
Oh, really? Well, tell me some things that I could do here that could break the law. Tell me some things here.
Tell you some things.
Yeah. Tell me things
What's
that you
your
would
intent,
deem. I'm just out here taking pictures and videos because I'm a news journalist and I put together content for a story. As I tried to explain to him in here, but he kept talking over me.
Well, that's the
all-
first time you
So
use that
what is-
terminology.
That's,
What else
I
can
don't-
we
but,
do to
but I
assist?
don't. But I don't have to use that terminology to do
that's the first time
what
you
the
did.
First
You
Amendment
explained
tells
it.
me I can do. I don't have to put fancy words together to tell you that this is a First
No,
Amendment
but you have
protected
to put
activity.
words together to explain what you're doing.
I don't have to explain anything, officer. I don't. That's the law.
don't?
No. The Constitution tells me and you
No,
that the
you
freedom of
didn't-
press. No,
you better
see,
check the Constitution.
no, obviously you need to. That's why I'm not in handcuffs because I ain't done nothing wrong. So,
So what else is it that we can do to assist you today?
officer, I'm be completely honest with you, and I'm be cordial with you because you've been nothing. I would just like for this officer here because I feel threatened right now.
What else can we do?
I would like for you to call this
assist
officer off me, please, because he has no reason to follow me around. If I followed y'all around in public, that'd be harassment.
So you have the right
And
to
it's
ride
funny
around
to
public
you,
place,
right?
But I don't. It is actually it is.
Because you're following me.
No,
Before I came
because
into
you
this
tell
building,
me
you
that
were
you have the right
inside.
to be in a public place, but I don't.
Because you're following me here. You were inside.
I'm
If you
walking
wanted
around
to
the
be
building
out
just
here,
like you are.
you would have been out here before I
I'm
came out
walking
here.
around the building, just like you are.
We are at our place of employment.
And I
sir.
understand that, sir, but he was inside. I show up, I
He's
come
at-
outside,
he's
and he's
still at
following
his
me
place
now.
of employment?
He's following me. If you saw me following your wife, would you think that was okay because I'm allowed to be in public? Is that all right?
I'm not really going to address that. It's not what we're doing right here.
So now it's personal feelings now. But see, if I was following your wife or your daughter or your wife your daughter, you look into
Yes, sir.
that.
So
I'm
you're
gonna
coming up with hypothetical.
No, I'm
and
not.
it's just-
Y'all are
it just
following
makes
me,
sense.
and then you say, "Oh well, this is public. I can be here." Well, if your wife's in public and I follow her, that's nothing wrong, right? Is
And
that
you
wrong?
didn't understand my explanation.
You're following me. Before I
If
showed
this is
up,
a
you
public
were
place,
inside.
You're telling me I don't have the right to be here in the
Before
public
I
place
showed
also?
up, you were content
Did
with
you understand what I
sitting
just
inside.
said? Do you
This is
understand what I
public.
just
I
said?
came out here. You followed me.
So
This
I
is
can't be in a
harassment.
public place
All
also.
right, well,
This is my place of employment. This is where
but
I
you're
work.
following me.
I'm walking the same place you
I
are.
didn't.
I have the right to control this area,
You're
and that's
fo-
what I'm doing.
You're following me.
I'm following you?
Yes, you're following me. For what reason? Are you gonna follow me all the way back to my car?
Probably.
Okay, well that's nice. Well, put your walking shoes on, cause you
I've
got a
got
good
my
walk.
walking shoes.
Well, let's take a walk, sir. See ya there. He's gonna follow me, and he's gonna not get any information that he was looking for. I'm about to cut the live stream. So we're gonna. I'll probably Uber out of here just so he can lose his fight here, and I'll cut the live stream, and I'll be back on with y'all in a minute.
Two different places, two different authorities, but the same pattern: power tested against knowledge. One tried to hide information, the other tried to demand control without cause. And in both moments, the outcome was the same. When you know your rights, the pressure shifts. Because in this country, you don't need permission to be free. You need to understand the law. If you've ever been asked for ID without a lawful reason, drop your story in the comments. Subscribe if you want to never be caught off guard again. This is ID Refusal Cops, where knowledge is power and rights are meant to be used.